Hello. I'm going to talk about a tool that I've built for adding links between OpenStreetMap and Wikidata. And Joe just showed you that tool, so you've got an idea, but I'll go into some more detail. So this is where we are right now. Here's the Newspeak house. I can't use that as an example because it's not on Wikidata, but here is the nearest station, which is Shoreditch High Street. And I'm sure you're familiar with here's the tags, and down here, this is what we're talking about. We're talking about there's a Wikidata tag. So for a long time we had Wikipedia tags in OpenStreetMap, and it's slightly inconsistent how these are written. Sometimes people would put Wikipedia :en to say it's in English, and then the text, the article title, sometimes write it like this with en colon at the start, or sometimes just leave out the language and people assume it's in English. So Wikidata is like another approach to getting to the Wikipedia articles and other bits of information, but it's kind of a bit more generic, that it's not like a specific language. You're just saying here's a code, and in some ways it's not so nice because it's not human readable. But it solves some problems. So if we have a look at the same place, this is on Wikidata, the same railway station, and you should see the text of the English Wikipedia article. We've also got photos, and when the station opened, various bits of metadata. So this is what Wikidata looks like for anyone who's not familiar with it. It does include a map. This is map data that comes from OpenStreetMap. This is quite new that this is here. This is just the coordinates. It's not like a full-on link to the OpenStreetMap item. Loads of useful data. And then down the bottom we've got links to lots of different languages. So if you want to have a look up in your local language, and then also some good photos, obviously. So this is a good thing, and we want more of these kind of links in OpenStreetMap. So I give you another example of a place. This is a secret nuclear bunker, which is a museum now, and then the same thing on Wikidata, OpenStreetMap. So down here you can see there's no tag. We don't have a Wikidata tag, so we want to add it. So we'll go here and you can see that Hack Green we've been redirected to the parish. So if I open that on the tool, it's found it. I click on it, and then if I scroll down on this display, it shows here's 3 things that are in that civil parish, and it's identified them as matching. So this one, the secret nuclear bunker, it's matched it on name. The name is identical, and I've got a button here that says show tags, and it shows us it's just matched it on the building equals yes, and the name matches. And you can see that they're 9 meters apart, the coordinates. So if I click on Show on Map, it will zoom in. This is the building on OpenStreetMap. Here's the pin, which is where Wikidata thinks it is. So we're very sure that that's the same thing. If we were unsure, we can untick it. And then it's done the same thing for the civil parish. In this case, it's managed to match it on the name and on an identifier. So this is a UK government identifier that it's matched it on, and it knows designation equals civil parish. So this is a very good match. This is exact location. And then we've got a bridge, and this bridge is a listed building. So all the listed buildings have been loaded into Wikidata, and then the same bridge is on OpenStreetMap. So we can see it's got the same name, bridge equals yes. Here we go, bridge name down here. So I can say add these tags to Wikidata, to add these Wikidata tags to OpenStreetMap. You've got a change comment here that you can adjust if you want to. It like makes up a change comment for you. And then I've also got the same list again that you can double check. And if I was unsure, I could untick on this page, but I'm sure about these. So I'm going to hit save. Okay, it goes off and it's saved them. And then I can click view change set, and you can see this is the change set where I've added the tags. So these are the things that have been changed. So when I started this project, initially I was like, oh, I can just do all the hotels in the world, and I can do one change set and add text for all the hotels. And then that's obviously a very bad idea because anyone browsing in history sees change sets that cover the whole world. So I was like, I need to make these change sets smaller so that they're just kind of little regions, so that people aren't overwhelmed by them. So that's why it's based on searching for a place, see a list of things, check them. Let me go back to the. So on here, like now it's saying congratulations, you've done all of your changes. I want to show you another feature on this page, which is that it thinks that I'm trying to do areas that are a bit small. It's like this sort of house is small. You might think of doing a larger area, and it lists what it knows. So the next size up is the council area. That's to stop people from doing like very small areas one by one. Give them a hint that they can use bigger areas. So I showed you the search interface. There's also a browse interface. So this is all continents. This is pulled from Wikidata. Wikidata has these images to represent places. So I can click on Europe. And then it's got all places, so I can scroll down. It's got Southern Ireland down here, which is a mistake, because it's pulling the data from Wikidata. Wikidata has a concept. This was before Ireland became a separate country. It existed as like as a concept, and so I need to change my query to say only show me current things that don't exist today, rather than historical places. So yeah, you could search. Like here's Kent, for example, and I can resort the list. So I've sorted by area. These numbers are coming from Wikidata. So if I want to do Kent is too big probably to do on its own. So I can do the places, the council areas one by one. I click match, and it brings up a matcher, and I can check all the items in there. Some more examples. Here's crew. So this one is rejecting it since the OpenStreetMap candidate matches multiple Wikidata items. So it can find more than one Wikidata item that it thinks is the same thing on OpenStreetMap. You can see here the stadium and the football club are both represented as Wikidata items, and my software is matching both of them. So this is kind of a problem I have of institutions and the buildings that the institutions occupy. And so which should I link? In this case it's pretty obvious the stadium is the correct link, but sometimes a football club doesn't have a separate item on Wikidata to represent their pitch or stadium, and so then you'd have the link to the football club. I built the software to kind of very much keep a one-to-one mapping, and for every Wikidata item, there should be a single matching OpenStreetMap item. And that, in this case, that kind of breaks down. Maybe I should try and represent both of these two items on OpenStreetMap. And then the other way it breaks is it doesn't handle bridges and tunnels very well. Like on OpenStreetMap, a two-lane, two-board tunnel would be represented as two lines, and so I don't have one match to match them. So I need to change the software a bit in terms of matching tunnels and bridges. Let's scroll down. So it shows kind of it's the ball. So if we go into this one. Here's the data on Wikidata, and if I click on theatre, this is the Wikidata item that represents a theatre, and you can scroll down here, and Wikidata knows about OpenStreetMap tags. So it's got tag amenity theatre, and I'm using this data to do the matching. Like I look at an item that I'm trying to match, and I can see what type it is on Wikidata, and then I can look up and get a tag, and then see on OpenStreetMap. So this is my changes that the software has made. You can see that there's 8,300 change sets going through the software. There's my change I just made. So I've got, people are using this software for adding Wikidata tags. Joe showed the tag info page with 1.3 million tags added so far. Like for comparison, Wikipedia has 1,100,000. So there's more Wikidata tags than Wikipedia tags now. I've also got this is a graph of I've been grabbing this number from Tag Info since sometime in 2017. So it's climbing the number of Wikidata tags in OpenStreetMap. So it'd be nice if we could go the other way. Like Joe touched on this a bit, and we kind of can, but not much. So this is how Hamlet's going back into. So if I search for on this one, there's a OSM relation ID, which is the ID for town hamlets. But you can only do this for relations. Like the feeling is that OpenStreetMap doesn't have very good permanent IDs. They're a bit ephemeral. They might change when people edit things, and so the thinking is that relation IDs maybe are a little less likely to change. And so those you can add to Wikidata, but you can't add ways or nodes. So the link is kind of very much one way at the moment. It's mostly going from OpenStreetMap to Wikidata, but not in the other direction so much. And then another fun thing is that the licensing is different. So Wikidata is Creative Commons CC0, which is like public domain, do anything wrong with the data. Whereas OpenStreetMap is Open Data Commons Open Database license. So this is more restricted license than the Creative Commons CC0. So you would think that it would be okay to take the Wikidata stuff and reuse it in OpenStreetMap, but that's not the case because it isn't clear what the provenance of all the data in Wikidata is from. Like there's a feeling that maybe some of the coordinates and the information are from other databases. Maybe people have got coordinates from Google Maps, put them in Wikidata, so we can't really use that data in OpenStreetMap. There's different legal regimes that Wikidata tends to use US law, which doesn't have database rights, whereas OpenStreetMap uses European law, which does have database rights. And OpenStreetMap asserts those rights and cares about them, whereas the Wikidata is very much kind of like, well, it's all facts, and facts can't be copyrighted. So I'm not copying any data between the two systems. Like I'm just adding the link. But the licenses mean that you can't copy data the other direction either. You can't copy data from OpenStreetMap into Wikidata. And it's kind of important to think about that. So the source code is on GitHub, and it's open source. It's GPL. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else. That's it, I think. Any questions?
A couple of questions. First, what happens if the Wikidata item changes? For instance, suppose we have something for the building and we split that between an item for the building and the item for the organisation. Is the software to track changes and to see that it's gone the wrong way?
I'm not tracking changes like that at the moment. That would be nice to have. There is a page where it will show you mismatch tags. Like you can look at a place and it will say, I think this, OpenStreetMap should point at this Wikidata item, and maybe it points to a different one, like that. So monitoring is a thing that would be useful to have. Like at the moment, people are merging Wikidata items, and that isn't being reflected in OpenStreetMap, so that OpenStreetMap contains a redirect. Leads to a Wikidata item, but then there's a redirect to another item. So that should work. It would be nice to
Second question, have you any idea how many potential matches, so you're tracking how many actual matches have been made? Have you any idea of the potential number of matches?
It's a good question. On my homepage, I've got like here. This kind of gives you an idea. Like of the 193 items in this place, I find 58 matches, so it's only 30%. I think there's a lot of stuff that's on OpenStreetMap that will never be in Wikidata, but equally there's a whole bunch of stuff in Wikidata that isn't yet on OpenStreetMap. Like with the import to the UK of the listed buildings, there's some very kind of small things, gatehouse, like lots of church crosses that maybe haven't made their way onto OpenStreetMap yet.
Be interesting if possible to use it to see that, but also things like the listed buildings, if they're on the Wikidata, could we use that to say the ones that are missing from OpenStreetMap?
I definitely plan to add filtering by data type. I can probably do larger areas if I filter by data type. Instead of giving me everything, I could say just the churches in Kent or the railway stations in.
And you will show up if it finds no match at all.
Yeah, it would have.
Is that software available?
Yeah, so the address is posted.
Right, Marianne, do you want to go next? Do you want to use your own computer or do you want to use the one that's here? Okay. Thanks very much, everyone.